And we're live. Grand Rising, everyone. The nation is in the house. Good morning from Afritown, LA. And we're doing a weekend special. We just want to tap into all the chaos with Carmelo Anthony, the family, and how America has their double standards.
Greetings, Earthlings.
Warning: the following program contains strong black first opinion about mature and strong subject matter that affects black America and the diaspora as a whole. Listen at your own risk, you sissies.
Grand Rising All. You are listening to the one and only Be One or None. Good morning from Africatown, Los Angeles.
Grand Rising, and we're in the house. We're in the house, y'all.
Peace,
We
peace,
are
peace.
here.
Yes, I know that y'all have
Yeah.
been seeing all the controversy. And I just want to say this. White America, white America with this Kamalo Anthony situation is acting just like the racist white mobs that burned down Black Wall Street, that burned down Rosewood, that flooded Oscarville, that used to lynch our people. We are getting a taste because their ancestors, these people these days that's having a problem with this case with Carmelo Anthony defending himself are the descendants of these racist people who would do us harm. They only are able to say it on Facebook, but the family has been getting death threats. The judge has been getting death threats because in America, white America, racist eyes, the racist ones, they don't see black people as equal. What do y'all think?
Oh, most definitely, yeah. Can y'all hear me?
Yep. They don't think we
Okay,
can
y'all.
defend
Yeah,
ourselves.
exactly. Can y'all hear me? I was just wanna make sure y'all can
Yeah,
hear
Yes.
me.
we can hear you, D Mays.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I was on TikTok. The TikTok, they about to go black. They say China about to shut it down again. But man, all the everybody was talking about this. Like, white people are pissed. You can't say nothing. Like any black person that defend Camelo, they like no, like he's a murderer. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, okay, what about Kyle Rittenhouse? What about what's his name? Even Zimmerman, he supposed to have been feared for his life, but they supported him. So when a black person, Umar Johnson, he really broke it down. Umar be all over the place, but he really broke it down. He like that's crazy. This isn't Umar Johnson. He just did a video on YouTube about his breakdown on it, and I kind of agree with him on that. You know what I'm saying? Like you just said in the beginning, I'm just some same white people that mentality like Oscarville and Black Wall. It's their grandchildren. They same way. What was about white people? They still on cold. I give them that. They can't do like they say. I'm white and I sleep so type mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter what you say, they like okay. I hear what y'all saying, but he killed this unalive this boy. Even though he was scared, he still should go to jail. Like you have someone come on TikTok and act like they understand what we saying, but when you ask them like, do you find them guilty or not guilty? They're like, well, guilty. So one girl, she was on TikTok today. She was doing like a pre-trial type thing, and she was asking like, she asked all the white people. She had black people too, but she had all the white people. No white person said that he was not guilty. All of them said he was guilty. I like my plan.
It's the white mob mentality. I'm telling y'all, we getting a taste of what our ancestors used to fear when there was no real protection in America against these white mobs. If these people can go and burn down a black town or lynch any black person walking, these motherfuckers would. This is what you
Well,
see.
now they're getting a taste that black people are not backing down and they
Exactly.
don't
And
know
that
what to do
makes
with
them
themselves.
angrier. It
Yep.
makes them angrier because we are sticking together, because we are saying it's not
Exactly.
fair. We're comparing them. We got Kyle Rittenhouse. So what about the case where the white boy actually brought a knife to school, went in the bathroom to fight, and it was a Hispanic guy. He killed him at school, or well, unalived him at school, and everybody is saying nothing. And these people are still mad. And then now they find out. And I said this before, but I just wanted to be sure that it was not a knife. It was a knife, a cleat sharpener, which looks like a knife.
Yes, yes, that's what they said. Yeah. So that changed
And I
that. That
want
changed it.
yes.
They still saying nice though.
They want
Key
to say
word.
knife. They want to say
They
anything
still saying it. Yep.
that makes the black person look guilty. I wanted to put this picture up, and this is um I'm gonna put this because my grandson goes to school, and I
Let me
tried to
ask a
blur out
quick
the school.
question.
Uh
If it's
huh.
a cleat sharpener, does that mean that the fat kid is so fat that he fell on it? Because that's what I was putting in the comment section. That he fell on it.
Well, the thing is, he might have been because my grandson runs track, right? And I'm getting ready to show y'all a picture. This is my grandson, and my daughter has been saying it. And these white people, they could have said it. He could have been bent down, like my daughter said, sharpening his cleats, putting it on. And when he got hit, he might not have even tried to stab him in the chest. He might have already had it in his hand. We don't never know what happened, but it was enough where he had to defend himself. Now I heard Judge Joe Brown and everybody trying to play the devil's advocate, saying, "Well, he's the captain of the football team and he was the captain of the of the track team." And they was like, "Well, if he's playing football, then he's used to big people coming at him." Well, football is a organized, a controlled sport. You can't do too much harm,
Facts.
but bump somebody. It's a difference
Yeah.
when nobody in football. If you pull somebody's hair, you get disqualified. If I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
there's
Oh
certain
yeah.
ways you
What's
cannot
called?
attack somebody. And then just
Exactly.
because he's the football, the whatever the
Athlete.
yeah, just because he's a football athlete doesn't mean he could be wide receiver. He could be a runner. You never know if they cornered him and what was going on that day. But the
Exactly.
white mob mentality and the black Sambo mentality, it just behooves me. But I'm gonna show y'all a picture because these white people that's out there, they that run track. Then let's say this. He belonged there. They kept saying they both wasn't where they both didn't belong there, blah blah blah. No, the Metcalf boys were football players. They did not belong there. And if I'm not mistaken, they wasn't even supposed to be there. They said they were visiting their school. He ran track. He was with the track athletes. And my grandson runs track. And like we said, they all sit together. That day that they were in the bleachers, it was raining. But I'm gonna show you this picture right here. If y'all can look at this picture, this is my grandson getting ready to run. Do you see that tent behind him? You can't really
Yes.
tell. And if you get a chance, screenshot this, blow it
Yeah.
up. That's all the athletes. All of them are not on the same team. They always be together. All the
Right.
teams sit together under whatever tent
Interesting.
they congregate under. So but the white people who run track that were out there, because obviously they not saying nothing, they could have been defended this. They could have been said something about this, but they choose not to
So,
because the
so the
mentality. Go ahead.
now so Metcalf, the white guy that lost his life, he didn't run track.
No,
Wow. Okay. Well, I thought he ran track. Wow.
he was a football.
He's a
No,
football player.
Metcalf did
I
not.
knew he was a football
He was
player.
a
I knew he was a football
football
player.
player.
Okay.
He
Wow.
wasn't even supposed to be out there, and they keep saying that Carmelo was a track athlete. He was out there with his team. And I'm gonna leave this picture up because my daughter sent it, and she said that's what they do. She said, like, when she be sending me pictures all the time, you'll see kids with different shirts on. She said because they all from different teams. Track is like a one man, you competing. You can look at the pictures with Shakara and all them. Like my daughter said, they all sit down and kind of gather around till it's their turn to run.
That's wild. See now
That makes
that's a
sense.
different plot to it. And if he was the that was his track meet. Yeah, that changed the whole
Yes.
thing. Then wow. So they
Yeah,
was
he was
the
the
pretty much
captain.
invented.
He was a Carmelo Anthony was the captain of the track team. So I
Wow.
don't know if his school was out there running. And then He's the captain of the football team. He has the grade point average. Metcalf's family, Austin and them, they're broke up. The dad is doing weird things. The dad and the mom is running around with three different GoFundMe's, and they're talking about Karmelo shouldn't have a GoFundMe. Then what are they having a GoFundMe for? They don't raise, I don't know how much money, close to half a
Exactly.
million dollars, and nobody is saying why they separate, why both of them are getting money because their son died.
Exactly. Mother and father is one child. Mother and father don't
They
need to have a GoFundMe.
And then they had one for his funeral, if I'm not mistaken. So they got three GoFundMe's, from my understanding,
Wow.
going around.
And they
But
worry about this
and
man.
yes. So y'all take this picture and ask why nobody else is speaking up. And then they said most of the people out there, the witnesses, were children, because there's usually no violence at a track meet except for when you got violent people come and bring the violence. And this guy, Anthony Carmelo was probably sitting down, because my daughter was like, "What if they were over him, and if in order to poke him in the heart, he might have just been sitting down and might have been swung up with it, and didn't mean to just grab it as a weapon, but it could have been in his hand and swung upward, because if you know where your heart sits under your rib. People think your heart is up there. Your heart is kind of down low under your breast. So there's a lot to really think
Facts.
about. He
Yeah.
could have
Yeah.
There
just
was
made
a
a mistake
parent who
and
did say he saw. There was a parent who
huh?
said he saw what happened. There was a guy who, well, I gave y'all a video. There's a guy who said
Oh
he saw what
yeah.
happened.
Yeah, so you never know, but they said that, you never know, but it seems like he was poked from Anthony being lower than him and coming up. So if you got a cleat knife, which they don't want to say, and it's called a cleat sharpener, not a cleat knife, because I tried to Google cleat knives all over the place and nothing came up. But if you say a cleat sharpener, it's usually like a knife sharpener, but it's a smaller one where you kind of sharpen your cleats. That's
I
what
thought
my
it was
Yeah.
grandson
something for the
has.
tent. So, Queen, I
Huh?
thought I thought it was something for the tent itself. So it's for the cleat.
No, it's for your cleats. Because see, before this happened,
All the different stories.
my daughter was talking about how she had to buy my grandson cleats, and then she was like, "Dang, they got to be sharpened and stuff." And then, when it come, and I said, "I didn't know track people ran with cleats." She said, "Yeah." She said that they say it helped them run faster. I was like, "I thought because I'm used to football cleats, but I didn't know." And she
Yeah.
Yeah.
was like, "No, they could come out, and then
Wow.
there's a little
Ooh,
tool
ooh.
that you have to use to sharpen it and tighten them
I didn't
onto
know you
the shoe."
sharpened. I
Yeah.
didn't know
Well,
you
Huh?
sharpened it. So that's some news too. I didn't know you sharpened cleats. That's
nah,
news
I didn't.
too.
I didn't know you sharpen them either. I know they got
No,
cleats for
no
football and
shit.
for track and for baseball. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, my daughter was like,
Uh,
"They're little
And
metal
soccer.
cleats," and this. Yes, and this is before Carmelo Anthony. This is my grandson right here. He had a championship game, and you could see all them people under that tent. They are all from different schools sitting under the tent. So that's a normal thing. My daughter said.
Yeah, and they trying to make it seem like my stuff was there and I don't want you to steal it. Why the black guy gotta
Yeah,
steal?
exactly, because they had to make an excuse of why they had to call themselves white police in another black body. But I thought about this and I said, y'all, the mentality that we see when it's common sense, they don't want justice. You can tell them everything. We know it was self-defense. Whether he was they were like, well, he wasn't supposed to have a knife. They're mad because now that's out the window of having a weapon at school. That's way out the window. So they're mad, they're angry. Then they said the family used the GoFundMe to buy a house because they just can't conceive. This is why we get pulled over in white neighborhoods and driving nice cars. Remember, they can't conceive a family having a black family having a nice house and a car already. You can't buy a house in 3 or 4 days. That was that
fact,
family's house. They gave the
fact,
press conference. They ain't even
the
released
lies,
none of the money.
the
But
lies. Yeah.
Exactly.
none of the money was released. None of the money been used. They had to use their own money up until this time. But this is the mentality of racist white America, the racist ones.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
They let that president put it in their head.
No, it
Right.
ain't the president because Donald Trump wasn't around when they were burning down Black Wall Street. These are they put in their head from their families. This is
That is true too.
a
They
hatred
are
that has
the
been running
ancestors.
year from year. Imagine back in the days when they came by your yard and burned crosses. This is that mentality. Back that
Yeah.
the day when they claimed that the what was his name God, Emmett Till whistled at the white woman. Do you see the destruction they did to them? These are the children of those people, and
Exactly.
it's a lot of them.
And
It's
Yep,
it's
that's true.
black people still pay their go to condolences and family and stuff. Cause that's in our nature. We kind people. So even he was like, yeah, we hate what happened to the man, but y'all just can't be up here, go try to y'all trying to judge this man and already trying to like be the executioner, the judge, and everything. Now they trying to, it's they ain't got the evidence
Always.
and stuff. So it's like we still hate a young man lost his life, but at the same time, y'all coming at us like y'all don't even want to give him a chance. Don't even want to hear nothing. Just like he's guilty, send him to the guillotine. I'll let my plan.
and then it's
Exactly.
and then it's the thing when it first started. He probably from a single mama household. Everything they said about Carmelo was the white person. See, in America, they want us all to live like we all there's bad white people, there's bad black people. All that's true. But in the court of law, the majority of white people hold the power, and that's what they mean by racism. Because if they could, they want everything to go their way. They want us to see things the way they want to see it. Because a white boy like lost his life at the hands of a black boy, and they want us to sit up here and say America, everybody is on an even scale. But this shows you if they can go and lynch any black boy, they will. This is
Facts.
how they this is how they
You,
burn down whole damn towns. Why do we not have Black Wall Street, y'all?
yep.
Why do we not have
Austinville,
Black
Georgia.
Wall Street? Because a black boy is supposed to have whistle at a white woman at somewhere, and they burned the whole fucking town down.
And the same with Austinville, Georgia. A white woman. Everything boiled down to a white woman when they burn these cities down.
That's their justice. These are the real savages. The savage mentality. And then to keep going on, and then every time you turn around, they so used to being able to control the media and say their narrative and push it out. Now we got media too. We controlling our narratives too. We sticking by
That
Exactly.
ours just
Walsh.
like they sticking by theirs, and they want to keep saying it ain't a black and white thing. No, it
Mm,
probably wasn't a black and white thing when they were fighting, but
Yeah.
it had to been a black and white thing because these two white boys felt the need to carry this black boy and then wanted to put their hands on him and then thought
mm-hmm.
it was
Exactly.
gonna be okay because that's the mentality a lot of white people have. Why do we name white women Karen? Because they was always caring about somebody else black of other black people business. That's why we named them Karen. You caring too much about what my black self is doing.
Exactly. Matt Walsh put he had a thing out too, which was very biased. And I said, "Oh, that's really
I seen
disgusting."
that mess. I seen half of it and I
Mm-hmm.
didn't click because they're mad and they're trying to use their platform, but they forgot black people got power too. They're used to us being docile, not sticking together. Then you see some of the I had some videos, but you see some of the black LBGT and all these other black people sit up here saying, "Well, it was wrong. It was a student." They try not to use color, but everybody else uses color against us. They only mad. These white people are only mad with this black boy because he's black. If it was two white boys fighting, would it be that headline news? How come casing the case with the white boy poking and unaliving the Hispanic boy in the bathroom? Why is that not getting that much coverage?
Exactly.
Why ain't nobody saying that Metcalf parents are thieves? They got all these GoFundMe's and they running around doing what? What they need the money for? They were too poor to have life insurance like they trying to talk about Anthony family. Anthony family was well off. They bought their house on they with their own money way before this happened. Their car was theirs way before this happened. But do you see the stereotypical way that white people always treating us? The racist ones.
Yeah, because they definitely count in the pocket of them every time they do something. Oh, they getting Amazon packages, but they said people are sending packages to their house. So yes, they do
Exactly.
need to move. Yes, they do need to change their cars. Those are things that they have to do to protect their son and the rest of their family.
Yeah, and they ain't even moved yet. The thing is, it's like that's just like when police used to pull black people over. Hey, boy, when they drove a nice car, why you got this nice car? How you get that money? It's like we got to be drug dealers and stuff. Nah, we coming in the place that we was. Y'all white tea people understand history shows we taught y'all how to wipe y'all ass and clean y'all asses. Y'all ain't teach us how to bathe.
And they
We
still
were
ain't doing it.
already uppity.
Facts.
Now
Big
y'all trying to
facts.
bring that shit back by saying
We
you don't have to wash up
definitely
every day. Like the evidence shows y'all mentality and our mentality. Y'all mentality you don't know nothing and you will spread rumors and long as the rumors is okay. That's why white people have been satisfied through the years that any black person was hurt for a crime, no matter if they knew who did the crime or not.
that you right. They would take any black person. It don't matter. Any black person. They
Yeah.
still
They lump
doing
us
it. They
all in
doing it
together.
in slicker ways
So,
though.
so when they gonna well he got well now the St. Diddy trial about to come up. That'll take a little heat off him for now. But
Hmm.
but yeah, I think like I said, but he's out right now. He his. I think we do the thing about his what he had to do as far as his requirements. He had to have an ankle bracelet. He got to report to the judge every
On
week. I
Fridays.
think it's Friday. He can't be
Yeah.
on social media, which is a good thing. Not being on social media. He don't need to be on
And
social
they're
media. I don't
making
need to
him
be
not
engaging with.
graduate. He can't walk
He's
for
not gonna graduate.
graduation now. Nope.
Oh
They said
really?
that
Yeah,
he
they
can't
just
walk.
said that what they said they suspended him. The school should be sued because my thing is what happened to guilty until proven innocent? They suspended
Yeah.
him?
Wow,
Like,
that's
come
crazy.
on. This is
Oh, I
why we
think
need
you
Wow.
our
mean
own school.
expelled Queen. If they expelled him, so he was
Yes.
kicked out of school. So there's a difference between suspended and expelled. He was
Like
Exactly.
they
expelled.
took it. This is what we mean by racism and power. We never
Yep.
have the power to control when white people do something to us. But they using their power just like they gave him $1 million bond, knowing it wasn't needed. But when Kyle Rittenhouse was in there, his bond was dropped to like 100 and some thousand. Jason Penny, all these people that the white boy that just stabbed that other Mexican, his bond was dropped to 100 and some. But when the black boy
Yeah.
bond is dropped, oh, all hell break loose. Bring
Exactly.
out the nooses. If they can rock
Ridiculous.
around with nooses and pitchforks and crosses, those mother effers would.
Yeah.
Then to bring up the fact that they're supposed to be away from each other. So how did the father know where his conference was, and how do you walk up in there?
Because the police
Mm,
told him, if you notice when they escorted him out, they didn't escort him out. Did you see when he got out the door, he was shaking hands with the police officers?
yeah.
He was shaking hands with them. I'm like, well,
Hey,
They
what
chat,
is
definitely
chat.
they to
gonna
thank
We
him
hold
got
him.
some
for?
people. We got people in the chat on my phone, so I can't see mine like
Oh,
it.
my bad.
Let me see. Let me see.
I
We got peace to the chat. Peace to the chat. If I can get back on here, we got
mm-hmm.
Juju B. We got Virgil Kendrick. What's going on, y'all? So one
Thank
man,
you,
ask y'all a
Chat.
question. So and this is to the chat room. How do y'all feel about it? Do y'all think that he will get off? One for yes, two for no. Do y'all think Carmelo will
I
get
think
off?
he would get. Yeah, I think he would get off if you have a good a system of a non-biased jury. He got to get off because it was self-defense. Their way of saying he had a knife, it wasn't a knife, it was a cleat sharpener. And y'all that's coming in, I want y'all to see this picture. This is my own grandson. My grandson runs track, and it's normal for all the, if you look at that tent in the back, that tent has all the athletes under there. They can go into their own tent, but most of them congregate together. I'm always on the phone with my grandson, and they basically all sit together. If all those people, that I mean, I'm so mad with the way that These white people are running with it. Anybody that's a track mom should say this. Anybody, whether you black or white, this is a normal activity. That day that Karmelo was up in the bleachers is because it was raining, and it's not abnormal for them to congregate under each other's tent, as you can see here. That's why you see the different colors there, and you can't say it's
Exactly.
family because the family is in the bleachers. The family
Fact.
is in the bleachers. All of those are students. They congregate together. Those white boys, Austin Metcalf and his brother Hunter, they were football players. They did not belong there. Carmelo
So
Anthony
they,
was the track captain.
so they were just
So the
actually
only
visiting.
people they came looking, yes, they came with their football mentality. You look at their pictures, they got guns, everybody trying to justify they were hunting. Who the hell hunts with the AR? You're gonna tear up your meat. Those was assault rifles.
Exactly.
Facts. Facts, Queen.
I've got him in a damn militia. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, come on. Why do white people always want to carry guns in America? Now, yes, everybody has guns, but most white people practicing to kill what? It's been in their system since the beginning of America. Other black people. Because they don't
Yeah.
feel like black people are Americans. White people are always gunning up and gearing up to go to war with us. They're the only ones always yelling race wars. We don't say that stuff. We kind of, white people put in actions, and when we put in response, then they make it look like we all doing it together. No, we're not. We don't want nothing
Exactly.
to do. We don't want to bother white people. We just want y'all to leave us alone.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's
Facts.
it. It's so
Like I
hard for them
say.
to do it. Leave us alone.
So when did they come? So he out on bond, but I'm assuming they haven't had his first trial yet. So I guess they're trying to get all that together now and get all the evidence and stuff together.
Yeah,
They gotta wait
yeah.
for the
As
people to
they
stop
said, they
harassing the
ain't even went.
judge.
Yeah, they ain't even went before the grand jury to see if it's gonna be a trial. The
And one thing
family
I
never
said,
withdrew the money. They didn't go to trial. He didn't have a knife. All of these are white lies that's out there.
and what's funny is you haven't heard Jasmine Crockett, which she's from the state of Texas, mention
Thank
anything
you.
about it. You ain't heard Al Sharpton them or none of these people come up and say anything.
Because this is too close to them having to tell the truth, and they get paid to be the black shucking and jivers. And I'm
And what
just
Black
sorry
Lives Matter
because
and Black
Jasmine
Lives Matter.
Crockett, yes, Jasmine Crockett said something stupid the other day saying, the reason why we need immigrants, because I keep telling y'all, forgive me, I have nothing against the sister except for we need black people that's fighting for black people. She
Yeah,
said that we need immigrants here because, tell the truth, black people ain't trying to farm. That's a goddamn lie.
that's a
We
damn
here, we
lie.
say this all the time that we want to farm. We want to
Exactly.
grow our own foods. We just want to be able to farm like we used to. Farming was the backbone of the black community because we didn't
Yep.
need to go to Walmart. We didn't need to go to Costco's. We didn't need to go to Winn-Dixie and all these grocery stores because we
Free.
exchanged with each other.
That's
Exactly.
right.
She said
The
that we
bonus
ain't
for
farming, and this is how she sounded
what?
foolish. She said we ain't farming. Huh? Black
Yeah,
people
you're
ain't picking
messing up.
cotton no more.
They
Tell the
want us
truth.
to farm.
We ain't looking for a plantation. Yes, we looking for our land back. Jasmine, farming doesn't mean
Yes.
picking cotton. This is why they said that she is
And
not part of us because she's a rich black woman who does not connect to the grassroots, the everyday black person.
Yeah, she went to a
we
Catholic
want to
school,
farm
so yeah.
our land. We don't want to farm their land. That's what the problem is. We want to farm our land ourselves,
Well,
not
I
your
would say
land.
that I'll say it before we leave that I go. I don't know if you got the video clip of the mom speaking, but I like how she broke it down and said how he came from a two-parent household. They got a strong foundation. You know what I'm saying? They taught him morals and all kind of stuff. So that's good. You don't really hear that a lot. Come on TV and a lot of people, speaking. Just pretty much telling letting them know that he didn't come from a single parent household. He's not in the streets. He got what a 4.0 GPA. Like matter of fact, y'all know he rescued a baby or something like a kid.
Yes,
When he
from
was
Yeah, so,
drowning.
14.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
From drowning. I
A
want y'all
white
to know
exactly.
this.
baby.
What you saying, King? He's the perfect. I'm not trying to be funny, but he's the perfect defendant. 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 He's the perfect def
Yeah, exactly, exactly. They can't, they got nothing on him. He don't have. They like, damn, he got his dad in the house. You know what I'm saying? His mom's a stay at home mom. You know what I'm saying? Like they're well off. You know what I'm saying? And his dad had to take a FMLA because he's so
because they
fearful for his
harassing
family.
him.
Yeah, harassing him exactly. And his daughter, one of his daughter, his sister, harass her. She's nervous and stuff. So yeah, it's a lot, man. And you
That's
can tell
and
with the boss.
they feeling the fear that our black people felt when the damn KKK used to ride. Our people are feeling the fear because these people that are online that's defending this racist ways that white people are doing it are the children of the racists who wore the white hoods. Now they on social media with their keyboard KKK and they wear the blue uniforms. If they ain't unaliving us with their guns, they're trying to use their power in court.
Exactly.
They even threatening a judge now. The
Yeah.
judge is a Republican. They're talking about a
Exactly.
leftist judge.
And
She's
she
a
married to a white man.
Republican
Yep, married to a white man, and still they come after her. They don't care about all that
because
stuff.
Wow.
they're showing what it's really about. And I want to go back before you leave, D Mays, what you're
Yeah,
saying. If you go back to 1970, the 1970s, I was born in 74. All of us
mm,
knew our friends and all of us knew our fathers. We always was two-parent households. That's why the
facts.
CIA dropped crack.
Oh
That's why
yes.
they take away our wealth. That's why they took away our farmlands. That's why they got Sambos like Jasmine Crockett and Al Sharpton and all them acting like they fighting for us and they're not because they don't know what they're fighting for and stuff. They destroyed the black community because we were the only two-parent household people. We
Yep.
had the higher numbers. We knew our fathers. We knew our
Yep,
granddaddies. We knew our friends' fathers.
facts.
So
What's up,
they
curly
need to
girl?
stop it. They're the
Exactly.
ones that needed the white women made child support.
Yep, yep. They done made
The white
one
men
law.
used to be the one going into slave quarters making babies, and they were the number one deadbeat dads before it was deadbeat dads. So too long have we take on
Exactly.
we have taken on the stereotypes of white people and we put it on, we wearing this white.
Still on? So you out? Oh, you still on?
You ain't lying.
Yeah. This shit went out. But yeah. Like I said, the cycle continues. It don't matter. White people gonna stay on code regardless. Even all these top podcasts, I mean, listen to these white podcasts. They all saying the same thing.
Dang
You know what
it.
I'm saying? They bringing up
Yeah.
Trayvon Martin, bringing up goddamn, old stuff. I'm like, what the hell? What they got to do with this case right here? We talking about Kyle Rittenhouse. He
The
was
Matrix.
self defense. You know what I'm saying? And the y'all supported him and gave him plenty of money. So when black people give a couple $100,000 a problem, but y'all give millions of dollars, it's no problem. Come on, man. Look.
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear
Yeah,
me now?
yeah, we hear
Oh
you.
yeah,
Yeah, we
we
hear you.
can
Okay,
hear
and
you.
this is why they want to keep us poor because they
Yeah,
never wanted us to. They want to be able to do anything to us, and we never defend ourselves. But like I've been telling y'all, them tables turning and they turning quick.
and I got
And if
friends who
they don't
Republican.
take, yeah, karma is at the door. Karma is up the ass of white supremacy, and they don't like it because Trump is destroying the rest of them. I ain't saying I'm for Trump anything. I'm not saying Trump is for black people, but Trump is doing what we need them to do to this
Yeah,
system of white
upset the order.
supremacy, and we gotta
Upset the order.
recognize exactly.
Yeah,
This is the first time black. Look at all what's happening. White people losing their jobs in a mass. I mean, with white people losing their jobs from their president that they thought they were going to stick on us. They're
exactly. And the
losing
thing
their
about
Keep
it is,
their
jobs. They're losing
phone.
their power.
I,
They're
I like
being
how
Keep
the
their
called
tariffs.
out.
phone.
I like how the tariffs is exposing the whole thing with China too. Like pretty much how we send
Oh yes,
all our companies going over to them countries. They making damn Jordans and all that for $15 and come out and sell them for $100, $200. I knew about that back in the seventh grade, and black people still buying that crap.
exactly,
And I'm like, y'all
exactly.
fools. Yeah,
And
yeah. That's
then the
how
thing
this
about
works.
Jasmine, like what Jasmine Crockett saying, why the immigrants should be here. So you okay with slavery, long as there, and you okay with us being the underclass and stuff like that. It's like America has its skirt pulled back, and we seeing all the Gentiles.
Exactly. Curly girl said, "Yup," and the man was the community guard. Okay, Curly girl said, "Yup," and the men was the community guards. What you mean, community guards?
Because
Damn,
the
Sharif
men,
said exactly. I was going something.
the men
You breaking
club, I
back
think
up.
called the A. the aces and stuff. But the black
Mhm.
men used to take care of the community. You didn't. You felt protected. They
Exactly.
couldn't come in there and do any and everything. And if
And
you
the
had
Black Panther.
another black man that was doing something stupid, another black man would get on to him. The black men I
Exactly.
remember in my block, they used to be at the community centers. Now
Yep.
they have our black men on drugs, shooting each other and doing all kinds of stuff. That is the results of white supremacy.
And wearing heels and shit. Wearing heels.
Exactly.
Yeah, but yeah, like you said, yeah, Black Panther Party, all of the Black Guerrilla family, they was doing, they was there to protect the community. You know what I'm saying? So we need to get back to that. We need to police our own communities again because we need to be all over because somebody should have been there. I mean, I don't know how many black people was at that actual meet, but yeah, I don't know. Like I
They
said,
have us, like me and my mom said, they have us. My mom be feeling guilty. I said, it's not you. Because she was like looking at the dancing dolls and stuff. She was like, I wish we had so much more stuff for y'all to do during our time. I said, you didn't know, and they didn't give y'all a chance because what they did was make sure they raised the bills. Now the bills higher because you want to be good parents. Now the parents working 2 or 3 jobs where you used to have one job and then you have time with your family, then you could parent your children. But now
exactly.
now you gotta have this. They keep passing rules. You gotta have insurance. You gotta have this. Now you can't even grow your own food on your. When I was growing up, everybody family, my grandma, everybody had a small garden where you can at least eat something from. Now you ain't got time to even grow a garden. You working 2 or 3 jobs, and now the
Yep.
TV raising the children. And while the TV
Exactly.
raising the children, they little by little lowering the standards of anything that could go on. Our children curse like sailors now because there's the TV and the rap. Now our kids grabbing guns and stuff. Everything, the movies have normalized death and unaliving each other. So look at this is what white supremacy has given us.
Oh
But
yeah, facts. We got, like I said, we got to reclaim. We got to reteach our people.
yes,
Like I said,
reclaiming
don't
our
get it twisted,
time.
y'all. We ain't on here. We ain't one of the black people that blame white people for everything because we are doing our own thing. But at the same time, we understand how white
I'm
supremacy
blaming
works.
them for
It
the
does still
conditions
exist.
that we are in. I'm blaming them for
Exactly.
the conditions we are in because we ain't had
Yeah.
not one black president. Y'all can call Obama black if you want to. He ain't did
But
nothing for black people until we get
exactly.
a president that does something for black people, and the ones that would have made it
And,
even, they made
and,
sure they assassinated them.
and we're gonna touch on that too because I pulled up something Morgan Freeman was saying. He said y'all keep saying he's the first black president. He said no, his mother is white. He's the first
Yes,
biracial president, not
yes,
all
thank
black.
you.
So we're gonna touch on that next time. We're gonna dig deep into that one because black people they accept anything with melanin, just like Kamala Harris. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't heard nothing from her ass. And she's speaking up on
Yep.
this because she's not gonna speak on it because she's a damn prosecutor. She's probably saying he's guilty. No, so yeah. That being said, y'all, I'm out of here. So yeah, pull the chats up. Can you pull up the? My editor looks funny on this
Yeah,
phone.
I'm
Trying to
pulling
see
it
it.
up.
Okay, so we got
Yeah, I'm
some. Let me
pulling
see.
it up.
We
We
got
got
Curly Girl.
Curly
We got
Girl. She
L.
said, "Yep, in my communities, the mother stayed at home." Cause yes, we had LD. I mean
Mm-hmm.
LLD.
Yep.
KR. Good
Donnie.
evening.
Don. Donna. What's up, Donna?
Okay, and we
Juju.
had Donna Sheriff. I put it up there. She said that she was born in '74. Also, we know. We gotta stop
Exactly.
acting like we don't know. We gotta reclaim our time, my people. And if I'm gonna say again, this picture that's up that I left up is because my grandson runs track, and it is normal for them to gather together under each other's tent. The Madcap boys were football players. They were not track players. They had no reason being at the track meet. Sometimes track people who ain't even running, they just come and they gather around. They're mostly calm people. And you ain't never seen a fat track star. The Madcap boys are big. They came bullying and they came with their racism because they was talking about, oh, he was under our tent and our stuff usually go missing. I ain't never heard that under track meets. That's them. They came bullying. They don't like the results. And what we see now is the white mob mentality. What you see on the internet where white people are saying unalive Anthony Carmelo Anthony, everything you're seeing is the mentality. Everything you're seeing is the mentality of a white mob. This is how our people probably felt when they were um this is how our people felt when they had Black Wall Street burned down. Because they just wanted to go, they claimed the somebody whistled at a white woman. Um Oscarville, which is Lanier Park right now, they flooded that. Rosewood, when they used to burn crosses in our yard. The people that you see on here that won't let justice go will not even sit back and say that, hey, the black boy might have defended himself and it's okay if he had a GoFundMe because white people have GoFundMe's, or let justice rule. Those that are saying all kinds of stuff, those are the children of the people who like to lynch us, who burn crosses in our yards. That is the white, angry, racist mob mentality. Look at the people that's saying it, because those are your children's teachers, doctors, lawyers, city workers. Those are the people you're around every day in your neighborhood. And I land my plane. I think we're the only ones on, Queens. Do y'all have
It's
anything
just
to say before we
crazy.
get up out of here?
I'm in the back. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes.
Oh, okay. It is just crazy how these people are going. I was arguing with this one guy talking about some, oh, you giving money to them, you're a sucker. I said, okay. Then he said, oh, so that means that you are guilty just like him. I said, no. What we need to do is stop putting your hands on people. Well, we weren't there, you weren't there. Okay, you say what you say, I'm gonna say what I say. Keep your hands to yourself, and you might be able to live another day.
Stop being a Karen. Stop caring about what black people are doing because it's going to your children. And this one white child had his life taken because obviously this is the mentality. You seen how his father showed up where he wasn't supposed to be at a press conference.
And
It's
he
the
know he was supposed to be
bullying
away from them.
mentality.
Yep.
Exactly. So where do they get that from? The parents, the grandparents, the white mentality that they can bully black people no matter what age they are or what they are. This is why they joined the police force. You got these young white kids joining the police force in blue uniform, jacking up and choking out black people, grown black people, unaliving them. It makes no sense. America is going to keep getting its karma until America does justice and does right by black people. I land my plane again.
Well, we just gotta
And
wait
I
and see
think,
how it plays out in court.
yes. And also remember, exactly. Also remember, this hasn't even went before the grand jury. So we don't even know if it's going to go to trial. And it wasn't a knife. It was a cleat sharpener. Athletes that run
Okay.
track, sometimes they run with cleats because the cleats help them run faster. So that's another thing. So look at all the facts. All these white people that's up here being angry, that's that white mob mentality. Was you saying something, Queen Kathy? I'm sorry, I'm getting feedback.
No, 100%, 100%, and I agree with everything. Because I sat back and kind of listened, and different story was coming out from different sides. But the one thing I agree with, everybody can have a GoFundMe or whatever, raise money. That's their prerogative. Everybody is doing it, and why is it such a problem when we do it? So, it's a
Because
sad
it's a race
situation.
thing. They want to say it's not about
Yeah,
race because it's about
it's a
race.
sad situation because they were kids. But moving forward, I'm leaning towards it's probably self defense. The way that everything is being kind of hush hush, but
Exactly.
we shall see.
And don't forget, they need to go get their boy who was the deputy son, and that's not even getting a lot of airtime. That just shot up FSU, and he was a white boy as usual. Get
That's
your
true
Right,
people
too.
because
right,
get your
That's true
people.
too.
That was a deputy son, and then he unalived them people at school with a police gun. But they want to make it look like
Exactly.
we the violent ones. This boy, like they
exactly.
want to make it look like how like they want to make it look like Kyle Rittenhouse was innocent, but this black boy he had a rifle and he unalived two people and he was running around at a place he wasn't even supposed to be. He could have stayed at home. That was a protest that had nothing to do with him. If he ain't like it, he could have stayed at home. But two people are unalived and he walked around with almost $1 million GoFundMe.
Mm.
But the white boy that just shot up FSU, when Anthony defended himself, he ain't go around poking a bunch of people. He didn't poke Austin more than one time. He just got him off of him and he moved out the way. But over and over again, white people, y'all show who you are, and you want the world to not see. You want the world to make it look like y'all are docile, innocent people, but y'all have a history of violence, and it shows. Right after this, y'all have
Savagery.
nothing to say. You still on. Yes, on Carmelo Anthony's back, but yet you just had someone shoot up another school. And then before that, another school was shot up, I think a day before that. Get your people.
Wow.
Start getting
Yeah, I
some
wonder why
education.
the
Start getting some
school.
therapy and start because y'all wanted to be always where y'all can justify your actions. And you justify your actions with the people who think like you. Y'all need some real therapy. Those that's racist and those that have that mentality, because it's a lot of y'all that have that mentality. Sorry to say, and a lot of y'all that have that mentality, y'all work hard to get in positions of power so you can spread that mentality.
The only thing I want to
And you're
spread is
angry
their
now.
extinction.
They hate it, but that's all for today. We just wanted to tap in and have a tap in for this special for Saturday. Y'all have a beautiful, blessed day. We're gonna get up out of here.
Thank you, chat, for sticking with us.
Thank you for all. Yes. Hit the replay and remember this picture is a real life picture. And anybody that play track knows that cleat sharpeners are there. Track people running cleats and they all gather under the same tent. That's what you see back there. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Peace.
Peace and love.
Adios.